Hi everyone, my name is Jerry and I'm here to talk to you about symbolism. Symbolism is a prevalent theme in the book They Cage the Animals at Night by Jennings Burch. Sometimes objects, places, and people represent or stand for things and events that are obvious. And sometimes they have a second deeper meaning or a symbolic meaning. They are often associated with a noun. Do we remember what a noun is? A noun is a person, place, or thing. Sometimes, for instance, when you look at an image, what do you think of? Right now, I have this image right here. What do you think of when you look at this image? Hopefully, it's what you think of as money. Money is symbolized by this dollar sign right here. That is a symbol. Hopefully you answered money. Symbolism can come through a sound as well. Listen to this. What did you just hear? If you answered a siren, then you would be correct. What does a siren symbolize? Well, sometimes it symbolizes the police, or an emergency, or someone needing help. That is a symbol. A siren is a symbol of bigger ideas. The universal symbol is emergency, but maybe it symbolizes something tragic, an accident, or some type of injury that may have happened to somebody. And so a siren may elicit feelings of sadness or depression or panic. Doggy is a character in the book They Cage the Animals at Night. Now imagine being an 8-year-old child going for a walk with your mom one day, and it's raining and it's cold and she seems really distracted and sad, and she's pulling you by the arm and she's taking you somewhere, but you don't know where. Well, eventually, Jennings found out that his mom was dropping him off at an orphanage because she couldn't take care of him anymore. Jennings was placed in an orphanage where he was surrounded by strangers and people that didn't know him. So let me share a part of the book where Jennings and Doggy meet for the first time. I left the bathroom. I didn't agree with what Mark said. I thought having a friend would make things easier. But then I wasn't a lifer, and he was. I put my things in the cabinet beside the bed and started to climb up. "Where are you going?" Mark startled me out of my thoughts. "To bed, shouldn't I?" He shook his head no and waved his hand for me to follow him. We walked to Sister Frances's desk. She was not there. A few kids were already lined up in front of the desk. "What are you waiting for?" "Shh," came the response from every kid there. I shut up. I couldn't imagine what we were waiting for. Just then, a nun entered the dormitory. She was the same nun I saw earlier that morning, buttoning the boy's shirt and smiling. She was smiling again. Without knowing her, I liked her. "Good evening, children," she said warmly. I was shocked. I didn't think anyone big was ever going to talk nice to us kids. "Good evening, Sister Claire," the children responded almost in song. She pulled out a key from a pocket and inserted it into the lock of a cabinet on the wall beside the desk. As she turned the key, all the kids turned it with her. It was the strangest thing. When she opened the cabinet door, I understood. The cabinet was filled with all sorts of stuffed animals. Bears, dogs, and monkeys, and rabbits, and everything. I was so excited. She removed the animals one at a time. She placed each animal in the arms of the one who most wanted that particular animal. The other's arms remained outstretched and wanting. "Don't you want one?" she asked. She was looking directly at me. I nodded my head. I did. I hadn't realized I had wrapped both my arms around my own body as though I were hugging all the animals. I guess because my arms were not outstretched and open, she thought I may not want one. I raised my arms. She smiled broadly and placed a fuzzy brown and white dog with black floppy ears in my arms. I cradled the dog to my chest and tucked his big nose under my chin. I walked back to the bed. I had a nice little place for the dog next to my pillow, placed him gently down and climbed in after him. "What's your name?" I asked. I paused as though I were giving him time to answer me. "Oh, Doggy, that's a nice name. My name is Jennings." He did not laugh. I slipped down beneath the covers and pulled Doggy down after me. I cuddled him close to me. "My mother brought me here. She said she'd be right back. I guess she got busy doing something else, 'cause she really loves me and wants me." "Yeah, that's it. She got really busy. She'll be here soon to take me home, and you can come with me. Would you like that?" He said he would, and I was happy. "I'm going to ask Mom to take Mark home, too. With all my brothers around, she wouldn't even notice an extra kid." "Jennings?" I was startled by a voice. I poked my head from beneath the covers to see Sister Claire standing above me. "Hello," I said and grinned. I was just saying hello to Doggy. "I'm sorry if I made too much noise." No, you weren't making any noise. I just came by to say hello. May I sit down?" she smiled. "Yes, sister." I pushed back on my elbows to lift myself up a little. "I'm as new here as you are," she said. "I started here the day before you came." "Do you know where my mother is?" "Your mother went away to rest. She wasn't feeling very well. You know, it's hard for her to raise all you boys all by herself and hold down a job at the same time. And it's hard for her to face Jerome being sick." "Do you know about Jerome?" I nodded my head. "Well, you have to be a strong soldier until your mother is better, all right?" "All right," I said, and I started to cry. This is the first time that Jennings and Doggy meet one another. Doggy ends up staying with Jennings throughout his whole ordeal, going in and out of foster homes and orphanages throughout his whole childhood. Doggy is more than just a doggy. He's a loyal friend that stays with Jennings, and he is the only thing that is constant in Jennings' life for a very long time. When we think about symbolism, we think about an object or a thing that represents or symbolizes something that is bigger, a deeper understanding. Doggy, even though he was just a little stuffed animal, he symbolized hope. Hope that Jennings would eventually be happy, that he would eventually find a family that loved him for who he was. And Doggy, during that time, helped Jennings to cope with all of the hardships that he faced as a child. Doggy is the symbol of hope that carried Jennings through the tumultuous times that he had as a child. There are many other symbols in the book, They Cage the Animals at Night, and I hope that you will open up the book and read it for yourself and find all the great symbolism that's in there. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.